Word from the author. I know you probably think it sounds like I'm exaggerating when I tell you I make thousands just by sitting at my computer. As crazy as it sounds, I actually do it on a regular basis, and I only spend a couple hours a day at my computer. And I really believe that anyone over the age of 10 years old can follow my example and do exactly what I'm doing. I know a few secrets, and I'm about to reveal them to you in the pages ahead. So keep reading if making thousands of dollars a month, a week, and even thousands of dollars a day is acceptable to you. Of course, I can't and won't guarantee that you'll make the exact same number of dollars I make every day. But what I can do is tell you how I do it. I'll reveal some of my most confidential secrets, along with a complete money-making system that produces a serious income. So, how much money do you really want to make? After you finish reading this book, you'll know every secret I use to produce this income, and you'll know how to do it the same way I do. But keep in mind, you might not need $1 million a year to support your lifestyle. As individuals, all of our income needs are different. It's possible that you aren't as materialistic as I am, and it's possible you don't desire the expensive trips, cars, and homes. I often talk to friends of mine that tell me their needs and wants are more modest. Heck, $1,000 a week might sound great to you, especially if you don't want to work very hard and you don't need all the fancy stuff. I've even talked with some stay-at-home moms that say they'd be delighted to make just a mere $100 a day if it meant they still got to stay at home and play with their kids all day. Whether you want $100 a day or $1,220 a day, this book is going to show you how your computer can help you do it. I also think you'll be glad to know that I'm not a lucky person, and luck plays no part in how I make money. This is not some fluke that just worked one time for one person. On the contrary, the same system I'm about to show you is being used by hundreds, if not thousands, of other successful internet marketers that work out of their homes. Yes, my particular approach is a little better than most, and it's definitely unique, but the basic nuts and bolts of my system have been making lots of other people serious cash for many years. I've been working out of a small bedroom in my house for over 2 years. I have a small desk with a $700 computer sitting on it. There's nothing special about me, my equipment, or where I do my work. Many people that know me actually tell me I'm a cheapskate in a lot of ways. I don't want a fancy office with a pretty secretary. I've seen too many big shots with offices, secretaries, and staff go broke. Fancy offices and pretty secretaries don't make money. On the other hand, the correct knowledge does make money. I'm just an average guy who happened to find out a few secrets that actually work. And you're just moments away from finding out how I do it. As you read these secrets up ahead, you'll find out why you're never going to have to put much of your profits into overhead or business expenses. There's absolutely no reason for you to go out and get an office. Your home will work just fine, unless your business grows too large to contain in your home. And that's a great problem to have. You'll never need to have a bunch of employees. Employees are more trouble than they are worth, with all the baggage they bring to your business. One of the perks of working from your home is the fact that it doesn't matter what you wear while you're working. I work in my pajamas, robes, old torn sweats, and holey jeans most of the time. Heck, you could answer the phone naked, and your customers would never know. Your customers never come to your home, and you never go to their home. And since you never see each other in person, it's a relaxed atmosphere. I actually get a lot more accomplished than I ever did working in an office, because I'm so comfortable working in my house. There's no reason you can't do the same thing I'm doing. It's a piece of cake. Now I'd like to tell you how I put this whole business system together, and why it's going to be even easier for you than it was for me. I know you may feel like skipping ahead, but you'll be hurting yourself if you do. This system must be read in the exact order in which it was written for it to make perfect sense. It's important for you to know each step I took to start making the kind of income I now make. This system will make perfect sense if you see how it all began. I'm about to show you what I do and how easy it's going to be for you to do the exact same thing in your home. And remember, the big checks I deposit in the bank are not some strange fluke, and I didn't just get lucky. I just followed an exact method that guaranteed my success. It's really no different than when you use a recipe to make a delicious dinner. You just follow the recipe and add the exact ingredients, and you always get the same delicious meal. You could also compare this to a restaurant chain like Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, Round Table Pizza, Carl's Jr., Taco Bell, etc. Does the food taste different at a Taco Bell in California than it does at a Taco Bell in New York? No, of course not, because they both use the exact same ingredients for every item on the menu. A Big Mac from a McDonald's in the United States tastes the same as it does in a McDonald's over in Europe. Just understanding why all these restaurant chains are so popular and so successful is going to help you understand exactly how this system is going to make you successful. What is the single most important common denominator all these restaurant chains have in common? Answer: each one of these restaurant chains uses duplication to achieve their stunning success. The owners of these restaurants know that success can be achieved over and over again and again by simply following a set of instructions or reading a manual that contains the ingredients to a perfect recipe. Yes, duplication is the key. The reason people who read this book become successful is because it contains the exact ingredients that have already made thousands of other people successful. So as you continue to read through this book, I want you to stop worrying, doubting, and overthinking. I want you to treat the rest of this book just like you would treat any other great recipe that was recommended to you by a good friend. Remove any doubt you may have about this working for you, and just know that you are following a perfect recipe that has always delivered success to everyone that has used these ingredients the way they are written below. And just so you know, I still don't have an office, and I have no desire for an office. I'm writing this book right this very moment from a spare bedroom in my house that I turned into an office. I'm living proof that one room in your home with one computer is all you need to make thousands of dollars. Most people dream about making this kind of serious money with a home business, but many people don't make a single dime. It's still hard to believe that this little book you're reading right now has all the ingredients and the system to help you bring freedom to your life. For so many years, I tried business opportunities that just didn't work. I felt like a complete sucker because I kept buying every get-rich-quick scheme I could find. I was addicted to buying money-making systems. I've joined every MLM multi-level marketing scheme out there. I bought every work-at-home magazine, and I responded to every ad. I ordered every course, program, system, and money-making report I could get my hands on. I ordered seminars on tape, franchises, distributorships, plans, and anything else that looked like it could make me stinking rich. I spent $30 on one report and $99 on another. I spent $200 on a set of audio tapes, and I spent nearly $400 on a distributorship. Heck, I even spent $2,000 on a website that guaranteed I would make $600 a day. It never made me a nickel. In fact, none of that stuff ever made me a penny. I'd be ashamed to even tell you how many thousands of dollars I've spent on worthless get-rich-quick schemes. I bet you've had some similar experiences, and you're now probably thinking the work-at-home dream doesn't exist. If you're like I was, you probably don't know who to trust anymore. I was there too. I remember how it felt to spend all my money and get nothing back in return. But I now realize that all those thousands of dollars I spent searching for a high-paying business opportunity were not wasted. It's now clear to me that if I hadn't spent all that money trying different things, I never would have learned some of the secrets I'm about to share with you. So why am I sharing this information with you? Well, here's the truth. I feel very fortunate. This system has given so much to me that I feel like it's now time to give something back. I remember how hard it was and what a struggle it was before I knew these secrets. And even though I had to spend thousands of dollars to find out one good piece of information that would change my life, I can only hope nobody else has to go through that long, difficult process. I don't believe anyone should have to go through that kind of stress and frustration. I now feel obligated to share my knowledge with you. Keeping these secrets to myself would be a selfish thing to do. Anyway, it's not like it hurts me by telling you my confidential secrets. Some people have asked me this question. Aren't you just creating more competition by telling all these people the secrets to your success? The answer is no, and you'll find out why as you continue reading further. Let's talk about what this book is not. First things first, I know some of you reading this right now still can't help but to be a little bit skeptical and have doubts about whether this system will really work for you. But just for a moment, allow yourself to be open and receptive so you can truly take in this information and fully absorb it. I'll start by telling you what this system is not about. It's not MLM, multi-level marketing, or network marketing. This system has nothing to do with that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I've actually made some money with MLM, but I just think most people never find success with MLM. And I have learned a much easier way to make money. And with this system, you never have to meet with anyone face-to-face, and you never have to do any real selling. This system always sells itself, so you just collect the checks. Since most of the work is automated in this system, you'll only need to sit at your computer for about an hour a day. This system is not one of those pyramid schemes that doesn't even have a real product. No way. With this system, all of the money you're going to make will come from providing real products with a legitimate purpose to people who are desperately seeking them. And they'll always pay you top dollar for your product. Every time. I'll give you more information about your product in the next few pages. But I just want you to know that I don't just sit around selling get-rich-quick information. No way, there's probably good money to be made doing that. But that's just not what I do. My goal is to see you become completely independent. Your goal in obtaining this system was to learn how to become financially free and completely independent, so you don't ever need to rely on others for a paycheck. And most important, you don't want some fat cat boss man taking most of the money for the work you do in life. I did not make this system up. I'm sure you've seen the Get Rich magazine ads and infomercials that show the owner of the company standing next to a Mercedes, next to their giant cruise ship, or even standing on the stairs of their own Learjet. And you probably already know that many of the people posing in those pictures aren't even the real owner of the company. Oftentimes, the person in the photo ad has a completely different name than the one you see advertised. Yes, these guys often use made-up stage names, and they set up their own photo shoots showing a life of luxury when it's not even real. All fake. I want you to know straight up that I'm nothing like that fake stuff you see out there. No way, I'm a real person. And if you saw me walking down the street, you'd see me as a regular person. I don't act like the rich, and I don't look like the rich. I look completely ordinary, dress completely ordinary, and even drive ordinary cars. I don't need to impress anyone. In fact, I rather go out of my way to look like regular folks, because I don't want to be treated different in life. You'll soon see that even a 10-year-old child could use this system. Where was this when I was a kid? You don't need much money to start up. So even if you're almost broke, there's still plenty of hope. You don't need any special education. You don't even need an office or a store to do this. You don't need to stock any inventory of products, and you don't need any special equipment. Best of all, you don't need to have a single employee working for you, ever. Be prepared to fully understand the big picture, because once you fully understand what I'm talking about, you're never going to work for anyone else again. Your money worries will be gone forever, and I promise you this. The people that work in your bank will soon have a new respect for you and know you on a first-name basis. Let me tell you a little story of my past. I mostly screwed around in school, so I never completed my college education. With no degree, I wound up having to do what I call real work. And when I say real work, I'm talking about jobs such as stock person, grocery bagger, cashier, professional cleaner, etc. And when I say I did some cleaning, I don't just mean dusting. I cleaned windows, toilets, floors, tiles, and even cars. But I don't want to bore you with all the details of all the many odd jobs I had. I just want to let you know that I wasn't born rich, and that I actually shed blood, sweat, and tears just trying to live on my own. Those jobs all had one thing in common. They were all real work. And I hated every minute while watching the clock and waiting for the end of the day to come. It didn't take me long to realize I wasn't meant to have a boss in life. I didn't like taking orders back then, and I still don't like taking orders now. And that's part of the reason why I listed so many different jobs of mine up above. I used to get sick and tired of jobs faster than most people, so I'd end up getting fired or quitting sometimes after only 1 week of working. There were a few occasions where I just walked off a job without even telling anyone I was leaving and never coming back. I would seriously just wait until nobody was paying attention to me, and I'd just walk right out the front door and go home. Home was where I liked to be. Home was a place where I felt safe, relaxed, and happy. Yes, I was really good at getting jobs, but not so good at staying with them and being committed to them. Home was just such a better place to be. So looking back, it's really no surprise that one day after walking off a job, I stopped at a computer store and bought a cheap computer with money I didn't have. I had one credit card left that wasn't over its limit, and I used that one credit card to live off of for the next 3 weeks, while I sat at that computer determined to figure out how to make it spit out dollar bills. No luck. For nearly a year, I tried every internet money-making opportunity I could get my hands on, but I just kept racking up more debt. 6 months later, I was in some major debt and desperately struggling. Any sane person would have gone out and gotten a job, but to me, a job was not an option. I seriously would have rather been in prison than had a job. At least in prison you can sit down and relax. Okay, well, on second thought, I wouldn't want to be in prison either, but I think you're starting to understand just how much I hated having a regular job. Having a boss seemed as close to a prison sentence as I can imagine, so I just sat at that computer all day long, and I answered as many of those opportunity ads you see in the back of small business magazines as I could find. I tried every money-making scheme that I came across. If you sold a get-rich-quick scheme, I would have been an easy sale for you at that time. I tried offline businesses as well as online businesses, but they always turned out to be nothing but lies. And I kept falling for every one of them. It was official. I was an opportunity junkie. If there was such a thing as opportunity junkies, anonymous, I probably needed to be there. But as bad as things got, I was one stubborn son of a gun. I knew I'd rather be homeless than work a day job. At least I knew what I didn't want to do. Looking back, knowing what I didn't want was actually a step in the right direction. So I just kept on trying more business opportunities. I tried them all. I experimented with different ways of doing them, and I tested and retested each one. Remember, I'm not a lucky person, and what I was about to discover wasn't luck. I discovered a recipe for success. Yes, sire. I had found the exact ingredients for a serious cash income. I was determined to find a way to get my computer to make me a solid income from home. That was my dream, and I was obsessed with being my own boss and finding a simple way to make money from home. I wanted to be totally independent and financially free to relax at home where I felt safe. Looking back, I sometimes can't believe that I never gave up and at least got a part-time job to help get me out of my financial mess. But I guess I was well aware that every minute I spent working for a boss making low wages was time wasted. I knew that having a boss and a job would only end up robbing precious hours from me and take away the time I needed to get my own thing going at home. No boss, no cubicle, no office. I take orders from nobody. I am suddenly in charge of my own life. I can suddenly do what I want when I want without asking anyone. I can take the next month off for a tropical vacation halfway around the world, if that's what I decide to do. How? Let me describe what it was like in the moments leading up to my huge work at home. Cash breakthrough and discovery. I knew I was close, and I knew I had already solved most of this money-making puzzle. Yes, I had so many pieces of this elusive puzzle already in place that I was starting to smell victory. But I was still missing one last piece of the puzzle, and that one thing would finally make everything come together. I thought I had read every book, course, and system written by every marketing genius in the history of America. But I guess I was wrong. I was wrong because I found a work-at-home course on the net that contained the final piece of the mystery of how to make a serious income working at home with a computer. Written by a top internet guru. You see, before reading about this work-at-home course, the most I've ever made on the internet was a measly $28.52. Obviously, that's not even close to enough money to support yourself or your family, let alone buy yourself a steak dinner at the Sizzler. But immediately after I read what this internet guru had to say, it explained the missing pieces of the puzzle, the ingredients. My income raged like a wildfire in high, dry wind. So, exactly what are the secret ingredients to a successful online business? Below, I'm going to list off the main ingredients of my system that I learned from my own testing. The law of financial growth. What's your passion? A money-making niche. The 3% who succeed. Building your internet empire. Now let's take a closer look at each of these key ingredients above and go over them one by one. Keep in mind, you're not expected to understand how they all come together at this point. As we move forward, I'll begin explaining how each of them work. Understanding the law of financial growth. What's your passion? I almost always hear someone ask, how do I start an online business? What should I sell online, and what products should I sell? I always recommend that before you start, you need to determine your niche. Your niche is a topic about which you are, or can be passionate about. Simply, if you don't love what you do, it's almost a sure bet that you won't prosper as much as when you follow your heart and do what you love to do. A typical mistake made by internet newbies is to try and market a product they know nothing about to a group of people they also know nothing about. Those lacking in experience cannot make honest recommendations, and it shows in low sales and poor conversion rates. There is an old saying, do what you love and the money will follow. which seems to hold true on the internet. Choosing a money-making niche. One of the biggest secrets that makes this whole thing come together is carefully choosing a niche market. But almost every marketer on the internet is fixated on selling a broad product with wide public appeal. And that's why 98% of all internet marketers are failing at what they are doing. There's a famous saying that all great marketers fully know and understand, and it goes like this: when you try to sell everything to everybody, you end up selling nothing to nobody. Another one goes like this: when everyone's your market, then no one's your market. Why is this? Well, the simple answer is that it costs a lot more money to advertise to that broad audience we call the masses than it does to advertise to a small niche market. Yes, you get a much better deal on advertising when you sell to a niche market. The most common method people use to decide which niche market to get involved in is to simply ask yourself what your hobbies are, or ask yourself, what is of most interest to you in life? What fascinates you? This is often a niche market that you already know and understand. You may even be an expert on a niche market that you didn't realize was a niche. Are you? Think about the things you spend your spare time with. The best thing about dealing with niche markets is the fact that they're so easy to manage. What I mean is that instead of trying to reach 300 million people that mostly don't care about your product, niches allow you to focus on around 20,000 prospects at a time. For instance, in a spy software business, there's only about 25,000 people that are subscribers to spy magazines. This means instead of trying to get lucky advertising to 300,000 people, I can now go directly to the 25,000 people that are most likely to become my customers. Kind of like shooting fish in a barrel when you think about it. The 3% who succeed. Every day, thousands of people think about starting their own internet business. Some want to break away from the daily drudgery of working for someone else. Some need to supplement their main income. Some feel they are ready to expand their services beyond their circle of contacts. Still others, the list of personal reasons could go on and on. But here's the catch: every day, most of these people do nothing but dream. According to internet guru Ken Envoy, the key to success on the net for the small business owner is to master an in-demand niche. With a niche-focused business, your competition will be lower, and it will be easier for targeted, interested visitors to find your website. In the offline world, traffic is relatively easy to achieve. It's all about location, location, location. However, in the online world, no one just happens to walk past, see your product or service, and enter. Surfers on the net are not looking for you or your business. People search for information, for solutions. After all, if they knew you existed, they would not be searching. They would already be customers. Online, you must generate your own traffic to be successful. Your primary task well before you make your first sale or contract to a customer is to provide the information that people are searching for in a way that the search engines like. The secret of the 3% of small business owners who succeed on the net focus on information, information, information. By building a theme-based content site, you will be growing your clientele from the ground up. Owning your traffic is essential to your longevity on the net, because if you don't own your traffic, you don't own your business. So, how did I build a website that made me $1,220 a day? It all boiled down to this doable system. 1. Develop a valuable product or service, your own creation, or someone else's too. Develop your own site in the niche that you know and love. 3. Fill that site with high-value content. 4. Use that content to attract your own niche target traffic. 5. Build trust and credibility with all your visitors. 6. Use content that pre-sells your targeted visitors. Then, 7. Convert pre-sold, willing to buy traffic into sales. 8. Diversify your revenue plan to include other monetization options. The process is simple and straightforward, and easy once you shift your thinking to information first, income generation second. You have to succeed at all steps, and the good news is that anyone can succeed if they combine motivation, the right process, and proper tools. Building your website can be quick, cheap, and a simple process. It can also be a time-consuming, very expensive, and frustrating undertaking. It all depends on how much time, money, and energy you are willing to spend from doing it all yourself to having it all done for you. Each option has advantages and disadvantages you should consider. These are the 3 basic website building options. Do it yourself. Complete website / e-commerce package deals. Hire a designer, programmer, or web developer. Let's talk about doing it yourself and hiring a designer. Do it yourself. Building your own website is usually the least expensive option. On the other hand, the cost of designing and building your own site can become very time-consuming when you are new to the game. Also, it could become fairly pricey if you buy the most expensive graphic design programs and HTML editors. Hiring a website designer. Unless you personally know a website designer and are totally confident in his or her work, this option is mostly a crapshoot. It could easily cost $3,000 to have a 2 or 3 page mini site built. Due to differences in artistic interpretation, there are no guarantees that you will be thrilled with the design. Get a website package deal. One website building option that eliminates the need to learn HTML, use Site Build It, SBI, when you look at all the features that SBI offers and start doing price comparisons. It's easy to see that you couldn't possibly buy all the components you need for an internet business site separately for the amount that SBI sells for, even if you could arrange domain registration, web hosting, autoresponders, HTML editors, etc. You still wouldn't enjoy the benefits of having all those utilities available through a single interface, such as SBI offers. More importantly, you wouldn't be getting all the site research and analysis features that make SBI the traffic building, sales generating machine that it is. The SBI e-commerce package will serve you well as you grow your business to include your own products. The package includes domain name registration, website hosting, site topic brainstorming and researching, powerful graphic tools, logo creator and navbar maker, point-and-click site building, easy web logging, search engine optimization, automatic search engine submission and resubmission, pay-per-click engine research and mass bidding, traffic statistics and analysis, Azine subscription and delivery, spam check, step-by-step action guide, SBI, newsletter, the 4 traffic headquarters, tips and techniques, link exchange assistance, SBI, e-goods, Site Build It is the perfect option for someone who wants to save time and money by buying all the website building necessities in a neatly packaged bundle. Building your internet empire. Don't just build a website, build a business. Take the Site Build It, a quick tour. Don't worry about the details of how it all works, because it will all become clear. Okay, seems impressive enough, but lots of companies offer packages of tools. What makes SBI different? The answer is simple results. Check out the SBI results. You'll find a few varied SBI sites, which are in the top 3% of the net. No other company can offer the quantity and quality of SBI results. If you already have a site, Check out your site's net ranking to see how it compares. But what about the competition? Compare SBI with other companies. There is simply no other company which offers all the tools that SBI does. But what if you don't need to be shown step by step what to do? Maybe you're an experienced webmaster. You've already created a number of websites. You know what? More and more experts are now using SBI. It's fully compatible with design programs such as Front Page and Dreamweaver. Check out the details here. Instead of assembling a wide range of expensive tools, SBI does it all. These are serious tools to make an online business that can generate you thousands of dollars a day. What type of online business do you want to start? There are many different ways to make money on the internet. Here are the 4 major ways to make money with information products. Membership sites. Membership sites are very popular right now. This is because instead of selling something once to a person, with a membership site, you get that one person to buy from you every single month. Membership sites are sites where you pay a certain amount, usually each month, to get access to information or services. Here are a few examples of membership websites. Information membership sites: B. Myers, Com Swepa, Com Services GetResponse, Com Host for Profit, Com Writing Your Own EBOOK. EBooks always have and always be big sellers online no matter what anyone says. The fact that you can get information in your possession in a matter of minutes makes ebooks a big winner over physical products. Of course, there are downsides to every business, and the ebook business is no different. The biggest complaint about ebooks are the fact people are either A, buying them and asking for refunds, or B, illegally giving away and selling the author's work without their consent. But even though there are downsides, it is still more than worth it to sell your own ebook, because the upsides greatly, and I do mean greatly, outweigh the downsides. To start, it costs virtually nothing to create ebooks. All you need is to think of a hot subject, do some research, and make that research into a book. If you want more info on creating ebooks, here are a few good resources. http://www. 7daybook. com/affiliate products. Affiliate businesses are probably the easiest to start, but also can be the hardest to make profitable, simply because when you are an affiliate, you are promoting someone else's products. So what are affiliate programs, and how can you earn a constant monthly income with them? Affiliate programs are a great way to get started marketing online. In essence, affiliate programs or associate programs are revenue-sharing arrangements where companies, merchants, pay webmasters commission for sending them customers. In other words, you refer people to different websites that sell products, and if the people you refer buy, you get a commission. Perhaps the biggest advantage of becoming an affiliate is that you do not need your own product. All you need is a way to send traffic to other people's websites, and boom, you have started your own business. Here is a guide that teaches you to do just that. http://www. Google Cash. Com. You are paid a commission if the person buys a product or service. Pay per sale, most popular option. Clicks on an affiliate link. Pay per click, less popular due to fraud, or simply fills out a form. Pay per lead, also very popular. Basically, affiliate programs are programs that enable you to sell other people's products for a percentage of the sale. They are also a very hot topic at the moment. To see a comprehensive list of affiliate programs you can join or visit, see some links I provided below. You can virtually sell anything online now thanks to affiliate programs. If you want to learn more about starting your own affiliate business, you really need to read the following guides. http://www. ClickBank. Com online e-bookstore. An online ebook store is basically a website that sells ebooks. While a conventional website usually sells only one ebook, an ebook store website sells many. You can start an online ebook store 3 different ways. 1. Write your own ebooks and sell them in your online store website. Since you will be creating your own products one by one, this will take a long time to set up. 2. Buy resell rights to other people's ebooks. This will be a lot faster than creating your own products because you will be buying already made products. However, you will need some startup money, probably about $1,000 to get this off the ground. 3. Simply promote other people's ebooks on your website. Basically, become an affiliate of other people's stuff by having affiliate links on your website. Creating your own membership site 101. Want to sell subscriptions for online content with your own membership site? Selling online content via a password-protected website has become big business. Not only is it fast to set up with the right tools, but the startup and running costs are minimal. Work-from-home entrepreneurs and big businesses alike are lapping up this new-found revenue source. People are willing to pay for online content. In fact, the Online Publishers Association revealed that pay-for content is emerging as a hot revenue model. Business content, personals/matchmaking, and entertainment are the hottest niches. But even smaller niches, like DVD authoring, sports coaching, marketing services, and dieting are producing profits. Internet users spend $300 million in 4 months for online content U.S. Consumer spending for online content in the first 4 months of 2002 was $300 million, a growth of 155% over the first quarter of 2001. And that's post-September 11th. It's apparent that online users will pay for content on their passion or profession. Subscribers are paying anywhere from $9.95 a month to $19.95, and in some cases up to $200 a month, depending on the nature of the content. Annual subscription renewals hold a solid 72%. Giving site owners an impressive recurring residual income. Renewals accounted for nearly half of paid content sales in 2001, a rapidly growing market. Less than 9% of online users currently pay for online content. This means the market is wide open for the savvy entrepreneur. Paying for content in 2002 was more than 5 times what it was in 2001. That's a massive 500% growth. Those who capture the market first in their niche will have the obvious advantage. It's an international market, so anyone can play. Starting your own membership site. Target the right market. Find a market that is passionate about a subject and then build your membership site around it. There are so many topics to choose from. Doing a keyword search will reveal what people are searching for online. You can know before you even launch a membership site if there's a big enough market. Make it unique. Ideally, potential subscribers shouldn't be able to find the same information elsewhere for free online. Your job is to search online, and in some case offline, for content, and provide it in a convenient manner for your subscribers. Being unique could just mean having exclusive interviews with experts in your field. If you've done the interview, then that's unique. Finding experts and even famous people to interview is not hard. In fact, as your site grows in popularity, they are likely to contact you. This situation gives you a twofold advantage. It gives you credibility or an endorsement, and it gives you exclusive content. Of course, your exclusive content may be from your own specialized knowledge. Finding subscribers. If you've started off targeting the right market, then finding traffic and subscribers aren't as difficult as some people believe. The best methods for generating quality traffic to your website include search engine positioning, including pay-per-click, internet joint venture marketing, e-zines, online newsletters, affiliate programs, and viral marketing, accelerated word-of-mouth marketing. Add tools or services. To enhance your membership site, try including simple software, tools, ebooks, resources, etc. As a giveaway, these can usually be found for free or at a very low cost online. Marrying services, resources, or tools with content can dramatically boost your subscription rates. Go says. However, it's best to include something that doesn't take up your time. Giving people a reason to return to your members-only area is critical. Tools, resources, discussion forums, and quality content will do that. The exciting thing is, you can take your hobby, specialized knowledge, or profession and turn it into a profitable membership site. Your challenge will be finding exclusive content. You can start it part-time, something I did myself, while working a full-time job. As your subscriptions increase, you can plan on full-time involvement in your area of interest. Starting and running a membership site can be a lot of fun and very fulfilling. However, you need to know what's involved in setting one up and then managing it effectively. Planning and allowing for autoresponders, automated sign-ups, credit card processing, automated cancellations, etc. is all part of a successful membership website. As complex as this seems, many companies offer a low-cost, easier-to-use software solution. A few companies, like Membership Site Advisor, offer a free software membership management tool to subscribers, allowing them to manage all of these routine tasks. This makes it possible for almost anyone to start and market a membership site for next to nothing. Go is quick to challenge that paying for online content is inevitable. You can either be the one paying for it or the one profiting from it. Ideally, you'll do both and learn a great deal in the process. Create an ebook that generates passive income. Whether you like it or not, having your own product gives you more flexibility in your online advertising, and believe it or not, compiling an ebook is no more than a week's work part-time if done correctly, and if you do it this way, the profits will come in for life. Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What is a viral marketing ebook, and why should you create one? A viral marketing ebook is a book which sole purpose is to be spread around the internet quickly, by any means possible. It's not meant to make you money on the front end. You want other people selling it and giving it away to as many people as possible. Why? Because the inside of that book is full of affiliate links to other people's products, and every time someone gives away your book or sells it, depending on how you want to do it, more people will be seeing your affiliate links, and this won't be costing you a penny. So how do you go about creating your own viral marketing ebook? Here are the steps. 1. A good way to come up with ideas is to look at what others are already selling and mimic that. You don't need to recreate the wheel here, so please don't make things harder than they have to be. 2. Get the tools you need to succeed. You are going to need a few tools here. A domain name. You want a fairly short domain name that describes the content of your book fairly well. You can go to http://www.godaddy.com to register your domain name. B. Web hosting. Let me say first, you get what you pay for. This has never been truer than with web hosting. You need a good, reliable web hosting company with 24/7 technical support. If your site goes down and you can't contact anyone to help you get it back up, you will lose sales, and a lot of them. I recommend you use http://www.bluehost. Com for the simple fact they offer all you need, plus a lot more for a reasonable price. C, autoresponder, you will need this so you can contact your prospects that don't purchase straight away. This is where you will give away your free course or some way to entice them to give you their email address so you can contact them periodically. D, credit card processor, just use http://www.clickbank.com. This step is too easy. They will let you accept all major credit cards and start an affiliate program for a one-time setup fee of under $50. They do take a percentage of every sale, but this is so much cheaper than getting your own merchant account. Just about everyone selling ebooks online is using ClickBank.com. You can also use PayPal. ebook software, you will more than likely want to create your book in PDF format so everyone can read it. Some ebooks come in exe format, but Mac users can't read that format, so I find it best to use PDF. You can create your book with http://www.creatept.com for a fairly cheap price. F, graphic design software, if you are anything like me. Your artistic abilities peaked at age 7. So instead of busting my hump to create my ebook covers and website graphics, I use 3. Outline your book chapters into articles. Writing a whole book in one sitting is hard, and trying to write a book without outlining the chapters is nearly impossible. My first book I ever wrote took me over 6 months, but now most of my books take me less than a week to finish, and that is with a sales letter and website up. 4. Write your content. Like I said just before, you need original content. There are too many books out there now where people are just regurgitating information others can get for free, and this lowers the value of your book, which means less people will pass it around and even less will read it. The best way to get a good amount of original information without writing it yourself is to interview experts in the field. 5. Create your sales letter. This is where you will be selling your book from and is critically crucial to your success. Creating a sales letter takes a lot of work, especially if you're new to the whole thing. The best way, and the way I use, is to mimic successful sales letters. If for some reason you think you can't do this by yourself, you have 2 options. A, use software that helps put together your sales letter. B, hire a copywriter. However, if you want to hire a professional copywriter, you're looking at thousands of dollars, plus royalties from your book sales. Remember that you're selling this book with reprint rights, which means when they buy the book, they can sell it as well. This is a huge selling point for you. You will also be giving them your ebook cover, website graphics, and sales letter to use to sell your product. 6. Plug in your free 5-day autoresponder series. The best way to write your free 5-day course that your prospect get via your pop-up window is to take chapters out of your book and put them in as a free teaser. 7. Advertise. Depending on your topic, you will want to target different people. However, no matter what topic you're selling on, there is one market who will want your book for the sole purpose of selling it, and that's the internet marketing group. Your book could be on hippos, but all they care about is the fact they can sell it as their own. This is why this type of book always does well. The key is to target people in your market and then the internet marketing crowd. I really am begging you to check out Terry Dean's http://www.netbreakthroughs.com, as it will give you all the knowledge you need. And if you want, you can stay for 1 month and still get more than you will ever need, information and personal help-wise. Final words. As you read this sentence, millions of people are making the kind of money you have always dreamt of on the internet. This is your chance to join them. This is your chance to make your dreams come true and afford the kind of life you have always wanted. I hope you realize the significance of the information you have been given in this book. And I hope you put this newly found knowledge to good use. The last thing I want to leave you with is this. Could you turn $1,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $2,000. Could you turn $2,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $4,000. Could you turn $4,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $8,000. Could you turn $8,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $16,000. Could you turn $16,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $32,000. Could you turn $32,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $64,000. Could you turn $64,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $128,000. Could you turn $128,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $256,000. Could you turn $256,000 into $1 million? No, but you could turn it into $512,000. Could you turn $512,000 into $1 million? Yes, you can turn it into $1,024,000. It only takes 10 steps million to turn 1,000 into a good luck.